I'm Sean O'Shea with Kawai America Corporation, and I have been privileged to be invited into the home of Mary Beth and Steven Curtis Chapman. Steven, you've been a Kawai artist, frankly, longer than I've been with the company. Now, tell me how that all got started. When did you first play your first Kawai piano?
Well, it's kind of fun when you mention Kawai the first time I played one or was introduced to the name. I grew up in Paducah, Kentucky, a little town in western Kentucky where words like Kawai aren't a normal part of our daily language unless you put a y'all at the end of it. It's Kawai, y'all. And so I remember I grew up in a music store. My dad owned a music store, Chapman Music, still there in Paducah. And for a season, he moved in, he kind of partnered with a guy that I'd grown up with. Actually a great musician, great piano player, could just wail on B3 and all that. His name was Chuck Whitby, and I remember we grew up together, and I always knew he was a really great piano player. And my dad moved into this big store where there were pianos and organs, and Chuck sold Kawai. That was kind of his main piano. And I remember him just bragging and going on and on. Man, these are great. It's kind of a new thing that I've discovered. But love these pianos, love the sound of them. And so something sort of, I think at that point, registered for me. I was, probably 10 or 11 years old. But that's a great, and that's how I learned to pronounce it. Because he knew how to pronounce it too. It wasn't K-W-I or whatever. And when I decided 22 years ago or something, maybe, my wife and I went looking for my first acoustic, grand piano to put in our home that we had built, and I knew what I wanted to sound like. Because at this point, I'd recorded, I'd made a couple of records, I'd gone in studios, I'd had guys say, "Now that's a great sounding old, piano," and just kind of lock away. That's what I want one to sound like, really. Warm, but still have the brightness when you dug into it and had all the response that you wanted. And again, still not a piano player, but I knew when I was writing, I knew what I wanted it to feel like. So I went into Schuff's Music. I remember I went through and played all the pianos that they had, and I didn't have in my mind it's going to have to be a Kawai or it's going to have to be this or that brand. I just wanted to find the best piano, and with the plan that I would record this as well, potentially set up mics, and it wasn't going to go in my recording studio, but I'd run mic lines to be able to record it, run them to my studio. So I went in, I played every piano that they had, and I came to this one, sat down. It was white, of course. My wife's like, anything but the white piano. I mean, we're not going Liberace here. You're going to set a big candelabra on it, But I sat down, it was a Kawai, and I played it and said, this is the piano. This is the one, if I'm going to record it, if I want one that it's going to inspire me to write songs, this is the piano. And again, it was a Kawai. Came time to get a piano for this room in a new construction, a new house that we've been blessed to have, and still have my white Kawai piano in my recording studio now, sitting proudly in my studio in the tracking room, and then didn't even at this point. By this point, it wasn't even I didn't even go looking anywhere else because I knew it's going to be a Kawai, and have played exclusively really Kawai digital pianos in concert because I think they just are the most true to a real piano sound that you can get from plugging something in that's digital. So I'm a big fan and a great lover of Kawai, the people, the pianos, the music that come out of them. I think the best thing I could say is they inspire me, have continued to inspire me through the years, so I'm very thankful for Kawai.
Steven, I love that you wrap that up with how the piano inspires you, because that really is a goal at Kawai, isn't it? Really what music should be all about is the inspiration that comes from it. And I want you to know that you've inspired us at Kawai, and me personally, my wife. You've inspired us with your music and your story. You have a beautiful family. You're a great human being. I'm personally very, very proud to have you with the Kawai artist family. So thank you for everything that you do. And thanks so much for inviting us into your home today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, brother.
See you soon. Thanks everyone for watching.